Hi and welcome back to the show. My name is Simon and today it will be on a more serious note that we'll be taking a closer look at the Nanuk 920 hard shell case designed specifically for the DJI Mavic Pro. But more importantly, we'll be making some modifications inside this case and I'm going to tell you why shortly. But first, just as a reminder why I took the Nanuk case over all its competitors, well, it's mainly because of its size. It's one of the biggest, one of the roomiest, one of the deepest on the market, and the way it's designed inside, it allows us to oversize some cuttings to put something which might be bigger than what it was designed for. I think it's also one of the best looking cases on the market. I really dig it, and one thing is sure, it's a very, very sturdy case, and I put all my trust in this case. So without further ado, let's open the case and try to see how all of this will fit inside the case and why I will be making some modifications. Now you can see that everything fits perfectly in the case. Well, almost perfectly, but everything fits in the case. Now let me show you more closely what I mean by almost perfectly. Well, this is everything which is presently in the case, and of course you can see that those propeller guards don't belong there, but since I bought those propeller guards, I never fly without them. I got used to them, I feel more confident. That is one of the first thing I would suggest you to buy. I like flying with those on. I feel like I'm protecting my drone even more and avoiding some crashes and to buy some more propellers for nothing. So let's take them out here and let's show you everything else. Now when you take a closer look at this, everything seems perfect. Everything is at its design place. Everything looks very, very neat, clean. No wires coming out on top, due in part to the fact that I can fit those two chargers here laying on the side with the wires on the bottom here, so there's no wire coming out here, and it's very good looking this way. The only thing is, and that's why I say it is almost perfect. I was a bit disappointed that those two batteries here were coming out that much from the foam, and I know that there's a way to have them go deeper by cutting one more layer of foam underneath, which I will do today. Also, same thing here, you have them coming out of the foam here, so it is obtrusive, if it's a word. So now that I have the foam in hands, we can have a better look at its design and the layers that I was talking about before here. You have different layers here, and what we have to focus on are those two holes here for the batteries, and they are going until this layer of foam, and I intend to have them go to this one here. So I will gain this space here that will make the batteries almost coming flush to the top of the foam. So let's go to work. So you can see the difference here between the one that I just cut and the other one. So this is very acceptable for me. Now let's do the second one. So see, those two ones here are done. The holes are perfectly up until the last layer here. And now I'm working on the third one here instead of going deeper in this one here, because I've realized that this one is already at the last layer. So if I go even deeper, I'm going to go through here. So I'm not going to touch this one here. Instead, I'm going to work on this one because I'm expecting one more battery. and I'm going to work on this one. For this one here, I do not think I will put a battery in that here. I'm expecting some gear eventually that will probably go there, and then I will adjust. Maybe I will have to put it a little bit wider. I'm not too sure. I'm going to wait to have everything in hand to make sure what I need to do with this hole here. But let's work on this one here. You would probably get better results than me working in better lit conditions. But I'm getting there. Just some tweaking to be done and everything's gonna be fine. Okay, I'm done. So this is what I took out. Some little pieces and debris. And this is the result here. So I think you can see the difference in depth. I've changed the depth of those 3 holes. So the last one here, which I didn't touch yet, is this one. And I think there's a very important difference in between. Now, what I'm intending to do is I want to try to do something different with this one here, which is the bottom of the drone. In many other cases, you have some kind of variation of depth in the bottom here, which gives you option to put some spare propellers on the bottom here. And I intend to try to do that. And how am I going to do that? Well, when you buy those batteries, it comes with this case here. And in the case, the foam which is there here is exactly the same thing as this here. So I'm going to try to make a form on the bottom here and see how it turns out. And if I like it, well, I'm going to glue them to the bottom of this hole, and I'm going to have some more storage space underneath this case. Okay, so after working for a while on this project here, this is what I came up with. Decided to take this piece here, which was in the Mavic Pro case, to put it there just to hold better the drone in front here while it's in place. It's not glued yet, but that's what I came up with. I also made a second one here to try to have 2 layers, but the problem I encounter with this, it raises the drone too much. It fits well, and the reason why I want to put 2 in front and not 2 in the back, it's because I wanted to raise more the front than the back to have it more kind of level this way here. But the problem now that I have is that the drone is too much coming out, and I will have problems when it will come time to to put my propeller guards on top here. So what I've decided to do, instead of gluing what I came up with, I'm going to use the shapes, dig those holes in the bottom of the original case. So another chapter to be written. Okay, so let me show you where I am, and I'm almost done, and I'm pretty proud of my work, although it's been much more complicated than I was expecting. I've been working on that for hours now, and see, that's what it gives, but I'm not done with it. So you can see here that by cutting the back from the top here, I was cutting at the wrong place, so I kind of peeled some pieces of the wrong material. So I damaged the foam here, which is kind of split in 2 now. So, but I managed to keep the good pieces, which will be hidden behind here, and to get rid of the unwanted material on the bottom here of those 2 holes here. So now what I did, I took one of those and I peeled off the end of it here, if you can see it here. I peeled off the end of it. So I decided to keep the real bottom here of the Mavic case, come here and place this one here. I'm going to glue it right there, and I'm going to put back the real bottom here, and now it's very leveled Same thing from the back, then the front. So I'm going to glue everything together, and I'm going to have a very, very, very customized Nanuk case for my Mavic Pro. Okay, so I'm done now. This is the result, and I think you're going to see it better this way here. I'm pretty proud of those 2 holes that I made at the bottom of the cavity, the drone cavity, and I think I succeeded pretty well. I went even further than I was expecting. So same thing here with those 3 battery holes, which I decided to put them deeper than they were, and everything is glued together. Not sure it will stick. I'm not sure if I selected the right glue to do that, but so far so good. So let's put the foam back in the case here this way. It's very easy, nothing too complicated here, and just have to go slowly, not to unglue anything which has been put together. So that's it for today. I'm pretty excited by the result. I went much further than I was expecting. I never thought I was going to be so fancy about the fitting of everything here. I worked hard. I spent, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 hours working on that, but I think the result is, well, is worth it. I will enjoy working with my case, and I will feel very confident that everything will be in place. So I will leave you with the result of the case with and without the gear. But in the meantime, thank you for watching. See you next time. Okay, it turned out to be much more complicated than I thought. The blade can go in all directions, and I'm quite confident. So it was quite a job, quite a job.